Hi, welcome to VNTR Summit. Today I have Pedro Vieira, partner of 500 Global. I have a $1 billion question for you. How to spot a unicorn?
You go to the zoo. we invest 500 Global typically invest very early. We now have growth funds in the family, but we start at pre-seed and seed. And at that time, what we're looking for is founder attitude, founder market fit, which is easier said than done. But if we find a team that has the technical capacity to solve a problem and has some insights into either the distribution channels or the market that they're selling to that others don't, I think that's a very powerful combination. It's not a promise of a unicorn, but it's something that we look for when we invest.
Thank you. And what is your the best advice for venture investors?
And don't invest.
No.
No, I think that each investor has to decide what's the thesis that they're comfortable with. And some investors are very good with founders, and so they invest very early because they're very good at reading people. Mm-hmm. Others find it too messy, too risky, and they're better at assessing numbers. So they prefer to assess companies based on P&Ls and spreadsheets and financial models, and maybe they invest in growth stages, Series A and beyond. Yeah. Each person has to decide. And if you're a business angel, same things. Like, what's your value proposition to the founder if you want to be a business angel? I know a certain industry that others don't, or I know something that others don't, and that's your angle as a business angel. So depending on your profile and your thesis, that's how things come together.
Yeah. Would you suggest to diversify your portfolio?
You mean in terms of stages of investments?
Stages, I don't know, even inside sector.
I mean, VC itself is already a way to diversify an investment strategy for family offices, for funds, etc. Right? Yeah. Within VC, diversifying, it's not a must. I mean, some funds do invest at pre-seed and seed and growth. I just think the unit economics for every fund have to make sense. And so I don't think there is a rule if you should diversify within the same fund or not.
So you lived in the Bay Area. What's different in Portugal?
Oh. I mean everything. No, but the founder attitude is also here. I think Portuguese do tend to be doers. And because the market is small, not just in Portugal, but other markets that are small, the founders start with a global mindset from day one. The founders in Silicon Valley start with a global mindset from day one because they're there, like they're already in the bigger market and they're already tackling problems for the global market. But smaller markets like Portugal and others, I think that the founders that are able to build products from day one to the global markets, but using local talent at local cost, and having that arbitrage, they stand to probably have an advantage over the other founders in other markets.
Okay, so what's the vision of 500 Global for the future, 5 years, for example?
Certainly more than 500 companies. We have 3,000 in the portfolio already. Yeah. We've been investing more and more in emerging markets. We have US-based funds, and we will continue deploying from the US to the world. But then we also launch our own regional funds, let's call it that way, closer to the sources of talent. So the most recent fund is the one that I'm managing in Europe. We branded it as 500 Eurasia. We still use the same playbook from Silicon Valley, but in Europe, we have an accelerator program in the Caucasus. We bring the companies at pre-seed, seed stage, and we help them grow faster with our growth expertise. So 500 will continue doing this, and we will continue adding growth funds to the family. So we started as a pre-seed company in Silicon Valley. Now we're a multi-stage investment firm globally, and we'll continue going that way. We're also making significant efforts to work directly with governments and sovereign funds and higher entities that are interested in building up their local ecosystems to advise them on how deploying capital in that region can lead to growth of the society and the economy. And we'll continue doing that as a complement to our own investment vehicles.
Okay, that's amazing, very exciting. So how do you like VNTR Summit?
It's amazing. So I've been close to Yuri since he moved to Portugal. And so it's good to see that there's more events like this one happening in Portugal, but spreading across Europe. I've been in other VNTR events in Europe, and I'm happy to contribute with what I know in the panels.
Thank you.